think, I'm not positive, I think I actually have all the old school Base Trade TV map intros lurking around somewhere. I should totally try and pull up the ones that we do have, like Star Station.
I feel like if you knew about this like more in advance, you should have put like old-timey music onto it, you know, like film grain.
Well, I don't know about going that far, but it's been like
so old.
Star Station. Like we actually had one of our fans. He's got a band, Dr. Awesome. Some of you guys may have seen him chat, and they did some of the music for us for some of these intros back in the day. But regardless, we are in game number 5. Oh God, I'm gonna lose count of this quick. It's tied up now 2-2. In the bottom right corner of the map, we have the red Terran player, Liquid Bunny. Yeah, for those who don't know, that is like 1,000,000% sarcasm. It's all airspace.
Well, they got rid of 2 bases. Like there's there's dark black holes. In the top left, as the blue Zerg, it is Liquid Snute. Oh God, they changed colors. Why?
Does it really matter to you that much?
Yes, it does. Keep it consistent. Like the map bugged out when they joined. It was like originally like 1v1 like it should be, and then they paired them together. There's like no second team. I was like, oh, okay. I'm honestly very worried that I'm going to accidentally make one of those maps.
Oh, the broken
has, like, Spine
ones.
Crawler, like 100 range.
Yeah, I guess to explain that, because it might honestly happen. There's 69 different maps, guys. There's a chance we goof it up somewhere along the way, but once upon a time, there's you wonder why there's like TE and LE editions of these maps. It's because it's a very important way to distinguish which ones are real and which ones are fake. So for example, some of you may remember during the I believe it's Derelict Watcher during the Easter Team Story Cup Season 2, where we had a 500 range missile turret, and unfortunately nobody realized they had 500 range until about 20 minutes in the game, so they had to completely regame it.
Yeah, I've only made one of those maps once in like a very quite a small tournament. Like who was it? Like Hendrilisk, maybe? I remember like he brought it up like months later, like I don't trust her. Like, oh.
that vengeance is real, dude. Hendrilisk is like an elephant, he never forgets.
Exactly, he never forgets, never forgives.
Yeah.
Jinx.
Alright, so first Reaper coming out of Bunny. We'll see if he goes 3 again. I guess for Star Station, it is a pretty nice map for Reapers. Let's not forget it's got all these ways into the main. We got a $20 donation coming in, by the way, from Bincy Slith, or Bouncy Slith. Sorry if I'm saying the name wrong. It says, don't die from casting too many games. Kappa. It's another $20 going towards the prize pool for these 2 players. So thank you very much for your donation.
Okay, either my brother came home and is making dinner and I didn't hear it, or I'm about to die because like this axe murderer is making food before he kills me.
Well, at least you'll have a nice last meal. We got another $20 coming in, by the way, from Corner. It says, go Bunny.
Corner?
It's like, it's spelled funny. It's like K-O-R.
Like our corner?
No, it's K-O-R-N-U-R.
Oh, okay.
So, man, thank you guys for those generous donations. The players will be happy to know about it. We'll be keeping them up to date with the prize pools as well, so they know what they're playing for. But second Reaper does join the first. Third one on the way as well. Again, like, this map can be good for the Reapers. Okay, that's great. But the problem is you still kind of got that clock ticking. About 6 minutes, Reapers become useless. Because no matter how many ways you have in the lane, you're not going to deal with speedlings.
Yeah, for the most part.
And we still have people coming to chat. They can't believe it's best of 69. No, it's not a best of 3, guys. It's not a best of 5. It is 100% a best of 69. It's crazy. It's going to take about as long as a dream hack, if not longer.
Longer, yep.
And we'll cast as much of it as we humanly possibly can. There may become a point, though, where hour 18 we physically pass out.
If Calaris can solo cast it, we can do twice as good.
Oh, what's this one? $5 coming from Jeremy. So shout out to SCV/SCV, the SC2 General, and shout out to Jesus. Sorry, just disappeared. The SCV General, and big thank you to HTC for making this happen.
Cool.
I think it's pretty awesome, HTC. I mean, like, we've seen some of the clips, right? Like the one where they got in trouble at like LOL, and HTC was a pretty big pickup for them in general. But anyway, big respect for anyone who puts stuff into esports. Like, just small time, big time. As long as you're doing it right, you're doing it right.
I had like a momentary moment because it's 4 a.m. in the morning where I thought my cat opening the door was actually the serial killer about to kill me.
I'll tell you what, Zombie Grub, here's the nice thing, right? You'll take solace in the fact knowing that if you do die from an axe murderer, you have a camera on right now. So in your last throes of death, fight him, claw off the mask. We'll see it and get justice and vengeance for you.
I was gonna say that we also get like a lot of YouTube hits.
Oh yeah, dude, that's crazy when you see stuff like people getting swatted and shit. There's like that one girl that got like robbed on stream too. Like, what?
Oh yeah. Of course, being axe murdered would be quite more severe, but yeah.
I think we'd win with that one. So I mean, like, you could die knowing that we won. Like, that's gonna be a good last feeling.
I didn't, for my death, my my tombstone would be like full of passion.
Ghosts have like unfinished business, right? But you won't. You'll be set. You're like,
I'll be done.
I've done it. I'm famous. Goodbye. My people need me. Depot being down irrelevant because it's not a full wall.
God. Oh, I'm a Kerrigan. They float away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, alright.
Yo, what if this is gonna be one of those things? Like, you know how Pokemon was like supposedly Ash Ketchum's coma type thing? It's all a dream.
Oh god, I've heard that, yeah.
Like, what if StarCraft was all Kerrigan's like last moments that she's dying on like that planet? None of this has really happened.
That's messed up. It was all a dream. Can you imagine that's the ending of StarCraft 2?
I feel like with the way StarCraft Heart of the Swarm ended, that wouldn't be too much of an impossibility. Although, I gotta say, regardless of, like, story, the cinematics already from that trailer for Legacy of the Void have given me goosebumps, so I think I'll forgive whatever bad story if it looks cool as hell.
Hey, did you know, I was talking to my friend in Korean barbecue, actually nothing's actually going on, they're both, like, just macking up, but he was telling me how that's more than 2 people for an Archon is legit. Like, it's canon. Yeah,
there's something where like there's 7 Dark Templar that merged to be an Archon or something like that.
And it's like a super badass, like big boss type deal. But it's dark. It's a dark Archon because it's Brood War, and no one cares about dark Archons.
Yeah. Someone, maybe it was your friend even, who posted on the YouTube video of Yumi and Nathaniel's playing together.
Oh, okay. I'll wait.
They put like a brief history of time through StarCraft.
I love learning about history of StarCraft.
Alright, so one thing we're going to learn, perhaps from Bunny, is why Snute shouldn't have taken this as his third. The flashbacks of watching Terran players just dance up and down Hero Marine, pulling off some of the most gross tactics, high ground, low ground, high ground, low ground, and making this base really, really dangerous to take. If you remember, there's time periods too where this wouldn't even be taken. They'd just straight up go to the top right when there's 4-player spawns. They wouldn't even bother with this one.
Oh, back in the day, bro. Man, I remember so many games. Was this in the Wings of Liberty map pool?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this was Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. Yeah. Because I don't remember ever facing Broodlords, where if like Antigua Shipyard's in this map pool, I'm gonna have flashbacks, man.
Well,
like, oh god.
I'm just basing this off of the fact that the tile set is so sick. They went for animated doodads and things like that. Like, none of that happened in Wings of Liberty maps.
Oh, that's right. The physics engine was definitely improved.
Yep. This run by can be a little bit dangerous. It should be able to deal with this with reinforcements as long as he, doesn't raise that depot.
Best 69, the story of Bunny not racing his damn depots.
Right? Bunny keeps being the 6, he needs to be the 9, you know what I'm saying? Like...
Oh boy. You just flip right upside down. So it gets cleaned up, but it does kill a lot of reinforcements, where of course, if Marines are all together, then 5 take on that thing's no problem. But one at a time, it gets a little annoying. It cleans it up. He didn't really lose out on economy, just a little bit of annoyance.
Yeah.
Of course, he had to focus on the cleaning up side, so like he couldn't push out maybe as fast as he wanted to. So that's nice for Snute. But he does have a nice army now, and he's pushing out.
Man, everyone's been a butt about that. When I said, I'm like, okay, because the 6 is like a depot that's lowered, and the 9's like a depot that's raised.
Yeah, like you flip upside down.
Yeah, so I don't know why that would disgust you all. It's such a, I feel, fair thing to say.
Yeah. God.
Okay, so Snute does have broad bailings again. I mean, I really, like, Snute just has, I don't know a single Zerg player, I will even go as far as say Koreans, that have as good broad bailing control as Snute does. Like, this is one aspect of the game he really does well. That one of my shout out to Buddy, though, is going to mean no chance for any sick bailings whatsoever. Great hits! And it reached from about a mile away.
Oh, but they're all outs, and the only Hellbats left over, so at the very least, if you can get away with the medevacs, then it'll be okay. Muse are targeting them down. He is rallying over here. Yeah,
the splits are pretty good so far, too, and there's another Hellbat to keep the Lings from getting out of control. If he gets these Widowmines down to go off on the Mutas, run, Snute, run!
That's one.
Yeah, there's still more Marines coming in. Snute still have that supply deficit. He was able to overcome this that one game on last game even, but this is a little bit scary.
Chance Hughes is trying to buy time for those Banelings to morph in, and they're so close to doing so, and he's going to be on creep.
But speed's not done. It's still about 15-20 seconds out. 2-2 will finish shortly, which will be nice. His legs will be able to contend a little bit better, I suppose, but for the most part, Snute just doesn't have a lot of active forces. Now, the nice thing for him, though, is this is the 5th. This is a kind of a greedy early base like this. It's not devastating to lose. You know, the hatchery up here has been set up as well, so any drones he had built or were going to transfer, he can move over there instead.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting that Snute even tried to take that 5th as quick as he did, just in general, because that is expanding towards your opponent, which you don't want to do, as opposed to this 4th. Like, imagine if Bunny had to go across the map into the 3rd or the 4th. Like, that's where the creep spread is. That's across the map, and this is going to be doing here. But you know, that reinforcement line that just barely held the position at the 5th base, that doesn't happen in this position potentially.
Bro, Banelings are placed and poised to strike at a big heart of the Marines! Oh, that hit was good!
That made up for that Widowmine.
That really did. Widowmine there didn't make up for anything. Let's not forget, he's got that 2-2. Without that armor upgrade, the melee weapons are just tearing through the Marines when normally they wouldn't even tickle these.
Drop it!
At least in the Thor, that's really unfortunate. Still going to push with the Banelings. Getting a little bit overextended, but Bunny's also starting to run out of juice himself. Not a lot of forces left. Not a lot remaining. Thor's going to go down. And, oh, that was a good fight for Snute. That was a great fight. All started with 2 burrowed Baneling hits. Again, he's so good. And what makes him so good at is he's willing to be patient like that with them. Not pop them off with the first thing he sees.
Nice focus on the Banelings. Tries to, you know, hold on for Bunny a little while longer. Again, he got a 4th. He managed to get one. If he just stops... well, if the burrowed Banelings didn't hit him, he probably, you know, continues on this very long game. But that really did start the snowball rolling for Snute, and he's going to get the projection line.
Yo, I really thought this was going to be Bunny's map. It was such a good map we've seen for drops in the past, and everything here is just saying Snute is being a real badass. Real quick thing to adjust or address some folks saying they saw some lag on stream. We dropped a couple of frames, so I've lowered the bit rate to compensate, and we'll hope that doesn't happen again. But thank you for letting me know, or else I would never have looked and seen.
This will not go down, just barely. So that gives Bunny a fighting chance in this game. But Snute is on 4 bases, so he's comfortable. He's up 40 supply. Probably wants to fit in a 5th base at some point.
I'm just surprised Bunny's still fighting. I mean, all things considered, for as bad as that went, and now it's still not even fully cleaned up with Lingsborough around. I mean, he still does have a fairly admirable SCV count for what Terrans need. Command Center can become a planetary and just drop mules to mine. I mean, it's just a matter of getting that army bulked back up again.
Whereas if you try and mule drop, mule hammer, then you're going to try and push, and you're going to realize, well, I can't clean up skin. And then you're going to realize, oh god, he has burrowed Banelings. So he's got to be careful not to just automatically mule drop.
Well, that base isn't going to get much of a chance to be anything, really. He's still going to go for it. The army's going to fight and buy time. SCV's transferring through the heart of this army. Talk about bold,
but... There's no Banelings.
Yeah. That was, you know, even with the Banelings he had, that was... I don't think that would have been a good fight for Snute at all. I'm not sure what part of the, provoked him to go for the attack just now.
I guess he really wanted to stop Bunny from getting a 4th base, like desperately so even, which is too bad, because I think if he had just taken that time to get a 5th base, more Banelings, more creep spread, he'd be in a pretty good position. Of course, I think it's, for Zerg players, always like, okay, I did a lot of damage, but if they get a 4th, and they get a 3-3, and then they get much better units, and that's probably what Snute's afraid of.
Yeah. The push through the middle of the map, I mean, there's really not a lot to stop him. Army supplies are fairly even, and maybe Snute gets some God Mode Baneling hits, but you gotta wonder, will Bunny also get God Mode Widowmine hits? It can go a lot of different ways. Mutas being used to cut off reinforcements isn't a terrible use of them, but it does take away from the amount of what Snute has to defend at home.
Yeah.
Couple of Banelings gonna roll through. Widowmine shots not going off on much so far, but the Banelings are not connecting those Marines. He's almost out of Banelings at this point too. Mutal is still just cutting off reinforcements, not helping at home.
It might have done a good enough job. He just needs a couple more seconds to get some more lings, really. And I think that the Muta is coming back. We'll be able to take care of things. There's no more like severe anti-air. The Widowmines are going to get cleaned up right before they get off the cooldown. See, that one does.
Oh,
he split up a little bit. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a big problem. But it looks like he holds. Snute holds. And he's got a nice supply lead now, too. 32 more Zerglings on the way. Still not a lot of, if any, really Banelings in play. In fact, none on the map currently.
Did you notice that Snute has already gone up to +2 on the mutas? He's going kind of muta heavy in this so far in this best of 69, and he's also getting a 2-1, like even bothering to get the 1 carapace as opposed to going up to a hive and getting 3-3 for everything else, and then ultras, which ultras on this map, God, there's so many ultras on this map back in the day. Oh man, sometimes can be kind of a more of a, a pain than a help, as it is kind of a wide map, not really. I mean, maybe I guess it depends on where you take the engagement. Could go well for ultras, but of course, just ultras in general can go games.
Well, Brandon's gonna roll in. Woodermine gets a decent shot, but decent at best. I mean, the splits from Bunny are good. Oh my god, he split like 12 different ways at the same time. How is it possible that he reacts this quickly, this accurately? The Marines live without medevac support. They'll drive off the mutas, and once again, another player in this game holds a crazy fight. What?
And he's starting to run out of times that he can hold, and he's gonna have to start worrying about actually pushing, because the main and the natural are getting mined out a little bit. The third's getting mined out, in fact, faster than the natural, apparently. But he's running out of medevacs. It's gonna be much harder to start producing those Thors. They're like the most expensive thing that he wants to get right now, yet Bunny still has to deal with the mutas, which is still at a good count at 20.
I mean, nothing but respect for both these players. We already knew coming to this, like, these are some of the most high caliber foreigners that there are, and really being shown, like, you play an old school map that nobody's practiced in God knows how long, and they still take just these absolutely sick fights.
Well, there's the hive. And I do wonder if he's going to go into those ultras. They can get a really nice surround in some of the open areas, but they're always going to be kind of tough units to use to break a defensive person. You try and break a defensive terrain with ultras, and sometimes that's how you throw the game. But honestly, I just prefer like more mutas. Like mass muta, when your game's already going in your favor, I think just really just expands on top of each other, as long as you don't take 4 Woodermines to the face, obviously. But you get the production of the main base and like turret revival. He does that. But you can get the production, and the turrets don't really matter. And even if they had building armor, they still wouldn't matter against 25 mutas with 2-2 upgrades.
Maybe. I mean, mutas, I agree, are a good way to snowball for sure. But we'll see what hive tech leads for us. I mean, I think Snoot's smart enough not to go pure ultra. But man, Buddy scans both the sets of the banelings, like fully aware of where these are, but the scans may wear out before you can touch them. There you go. I mean, one baneling is not that scary. It's, of course, lots of them that are.
Well, he's on creep, like.
Well, how can you not be? There's goddamn creep all over the map.
Right, yeah. But that's the problem, He'll have like one maybe good engagement where, if he immediately counterattacks, he'll be able to really do some damage, but he's going to be counterattacking on creep no matter what. And those splits were not that great.
They were not, but Snute also wasted a lot of banelings on that Thor, so kind of bad for both sides. He had sent some mutas off to respond to this drop, and I think that's where his sort of micro slipped on the front lines. Still, though, ultimately, Bunny doesn't have a lot left to fight with, and the medevacs are going to retreat with what he has. Once again, Snute going to take control of his side of the map, and maybe use his time to put down even more creep. I don't know, but he is starting to get to that point, man, where I don't know if Bunny can win. It's going to be so hard to take any fight anywhere, much less take another base. They're all getting creeped up.
Well, he's had a splash. All the Woodermines are down. Thor doesn't really count, even though it can't soak up a lot of banelings. It goes down instantly. Well, it's going to be game. Snute takes Star Station.
Cool. Well, great. Let me just add this to the overlay. 3-2 now. Whoop, whoop.